boy here, and hello little boy who says, hey everybody. One of my followers told me that I think it was her little son or her grandson goes around saying, hey everybody, from watching my blog. How cute is that? I just love it. I'm having my shake, you know, this is my diet, Herbalife shakes, and they're so delicious. So this is my lunch. So good. Anyway, I have a couple tutorials for you today. You know, some people actually think I know what I'm doing. And they think I'm a really good teacher. And they like the way I teach and they think that I'm really good at sewing. But wait till I show you what I've done now. And you guys are just going to laugh and say, oh my God, I can't believe we've been listening to her all this time. I have to change my clothes to show you because there's 2 screw-ups that I did, okay? So, let me see the day. You know, I always get the date wrong, but my calendar's right there and I can see it. It's Friday, March 18, 2016. You know, that's what happens when you stay at home all the time. You never go anywhere. You don't know what day it is. So anyhow, let me change into my boo-boo clothes and I'll be back. Okay, here is screw-up number 1. Now, you remember the little tops I showed you the other day that I'm trying to copy. Well, this is one that had a different piece of material on the sides, a different pattern on the sides than on the front. And so I drew out my SureFit designs. Now this mistake has nothing to do with SureFit designs, you guys. This mistake has to do with me. And you, if you do it. So, I don't know if you can tell right off by looking. When I laid this fabric out on the table to cut it out, I had a hard time telling which way was up and which way was down. And I even called Terry over and I said, look at this material, which way do you think is up? Well, we decided that up went this way. And so I just laid my pattern on there and cut it out and ran over to my machine and sewed it together and everything was going so well until I tried it on. Can you see what I have done? I have made myself 2 boobs. One here and one here with little white nipples. Aren't they cute? And not only that, there's another boob in the middle that's higher than those 2. So it looks like I have 2 hanging down boobs here, hanging from this flower. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And oh my gosh, it looks horrible. And you guys, I don't have anything on behind this blouse because I made the front and I held it up and I saw this and so I threw it on the floor and started over, okay? So I started over. And the next one, the print came out just perfect. I was like, oh yeah, it's just perfect. But anyway, I still screwed it up. So hold on a second and I'll show you what I did to it. Okay, I'm back. I've got to change my blouse again, but before I do, I want to show you something before I show you the what not to do when making a blouse, okay? I'm going to take the camera off the tripod so I can show you up close. Hold on. Here's the next one. Look at it. Look at how nice the flowers are. I changed it so the flowers are not only not at my boobs, which are right here. This is where my boobs would be, right in here. I made them so they're higher up at the neck and down here on the tummy, but I also made them so the 2 flowers on the side are going up instead of down. Okay, so I guess it still kind of droops down to this flower, but I don't know. To me, it just looks better. And I positioned them better. And look what else I did, you guys. Oh, I just thought I was smart. I was so proud of myself. I was patting myself on the back, thinking, oh my God, Jerry's going to be so impressed with me. Look what I did. I put a zipper in. Look how good I got it. The top lines up perfect. Perfect at the top. Lines up exact. Lines up exact at the bottom. Where's the bottom? Right here. I'm going to have it so this part is just open and the rest zips. And it's a separating zipper. Hold on now. Pardon the movie camera. I've only got one hand, you know. Hold on. Okay, so it's a separating zipper. that I got from Silhouette Patterns, Peggy Sager. She sells these separating zippers. They're really nice. It's a little bit heavy for this lightweight cotton, but I think it'll be fine. Okay? So can any of you, by looking at this, figure out what I did majorly wrong and why I'm going to have to take that zipper out and start all over? Can you guess? Well, if you can't, stay with me a second. Can you tell yet what I've done? This is so big. I could get Jerry in it with me. Look at this. Look how huge it is. I made this with my SureFit Designs. I made it for a 40-inch chest. I made it for a 40-inch hip. And I made it for a 35 waist, which is what mine is. So why on earth is it gigantic? Can y'all figure out what I did? I don't put zippers in very often. And I hardly ever put them in the front. If I do, I put them in the back or under the arm or whatever. But what I did, obviously, is I forgot to cut off the seam allowance. Because this half has 5/8 inch seam allowance and this half has 5/8 inch seam allowance. And so I have just sewn the zipper onto the 5/8 inch seam allowance, and all the extra that I had on here for buttons and buttonholes is still in here. So I'm going to cut the zipper out and put it back in, and actually it looks like it's even still a little bit too big even at that, but if it is, I can take that out in the side seams. I straightened the side seams out really straight on this, bigger than me, because of the addition inside here. And I also lengthened it. You know, this is pretty long for me. I don't usually wear things this long, and I lengthened it because I wanted to put the border on the bottom. The only problem is I wanted more flowers to show on this, and I didn't have a third print to put on the bottom, and I have ordered some more prints. Thousandsofbolts.com, you guys. $4.95 a yard for this. $4.95 a yard for that stuff I used the other day. $4.95 a yard for the 6 pieces I ordered yesterday that will be here soon. Oh, wonderful. And they're name brand. They're Robert Kaufman, Northcott, P&B Textiles, all the stuff you buy at the quilt stores, the high quality stuff. That's what they sell. It's last year's prints or the year before that, but who cares? I mean, can you tell? Oh my God, they printed this 2 years ago. I don't care. I love it. So anyway, here it is. Too big. I'm starting over on the zipper, and then I'll come back. I'll take pictures and show it to you when it fits me right, okay? 2 things. Look at the pattern. Make sure you don't end up with prints that end up right on your boobs. And make sure that when you put a zipper in the front on a piece that you've cut from SureFit Designs and you have added 5/8 inch seam allowance and button allowance, which could be 3/4, 1 inch on each side, make sure you cut that stuff off. So, in fact, I probably need to cut off my button allowance and the seam allowance. Come to think of it, that's probably why it's so big. What do I need a button allowance for? I'm not putting a button in it. I'm glad I just thought of that. That's why it's even this big. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to try again. I'll be back after a while and show it to you when I get it done. All right, bye. Hey everybody, it's me, Joy. Here's my tea. I just had lunch. It's Saturday. March 19, 2016, and I'm hiding from you because I'm going to surprise you with my finished how not to make a blouse. That I have even more stuff to tell you how not to do when you make a blouse. Okay, so close your eyes. I'm coming around to the front. Here I am. Now what do you notice right off, y'all? And now I haven't just seen the rest of this show like you have. I made it yesterday morning. But if you were paying attention, you can see another huge screw up already just by looking at me. You remember how I had all that extra room in the front of my blouse? And I said that when you put a zipper center front, you need to put the zipper in at center front. Not only that, you need to subtract however wide the zipper is. And so it's like a 1/4 inch wide, so I needed to subtract 1 1/4 inch for 5/8 and 5/8 on each side. 5/8 was the seam for the facing, 5/8 was what I allowed for the buttonhole extension, and then 1/8 would have been half of the zipper, okay? So, I knew I had to do that. Well, I had sewn the first zipper at the 5/8 inch line where the facing would have been sewn on. So, my lightning fast mind figured out, hey, I have 6/8, I have 3/4 of an inch left. So I can just cut that seam off. I can just cut it right on the stitching line and I won't have to rip it out. Oh my gosh, I thought I was so smart. So I laid the blouse out on the table. I took my rotary cutter and I just sliced the whole length up one side and I sliced the whole length up the other side. And then I reached down to get the zipper, to pull the zipper out. Well, guess what? There wasn't a zipper anymore. All there was zipper teeth. I have them here somewhere. I'll show them to you. Hold on. This is how much I had left of my zipper, you guys. Because not only did I cut 5/8 inch seam off the blouse, duh, I cut 5/8 inch off the zipper. So, my formerly black zipper that looked better in this blouse, I didn't have any more of, and I have chopped this one up so I couldn't use it. So I had to go get another zipper, and the only other one I had was a white one. So, and it didn't have the ring at the top either. It has this funny little ball deal that I didn't like as much, but anyway, that's what happened. So, I have a new zipper, but it's now white. But the good news is, I like it. It fits me much, much better, as you can see. It's not humongous. I took all the fullness out of the front, the zipper's in. And the good news is, I wore it last night to make supper. I didn't have the armholes done yet, but I was wearing it to make supper. And I asked my husband, I said, well, what do you think of my new blouse? And he said, well, I don't know that I care for that white zipper. But he walked up to me and he went, but I think I like it better like that. So, the thing about it is, when you put a zipper in the front of your blouse, it makes a play toy for your husband. So, I don't know if I like it better down, if I like it better up, or what. But anyhow, and then it's got this different color inside. So, now remember, I screwed up the zipper, not only once but twice. My first screw up was the flowers, one on each boob with a white nipple in the middle. And then I should have figured out how to move the bust dart. So I don't even know how I could have done it. I guess I could have put it down here in the bottom or up here in the neck or something, but I don't guess you're supposed to have a bust dart when you do this. Plus, I don't think you're supposed to have the side seam down the middle of it anymore. I think this piece here is supposed to just be one piece. So, I may try to do it again. I just got my fabrics today. The mail lady just brought them to my front door that I got from Thousands of Bolts. Hey, how about I show them to you? Hold on a second. Okay, this is the final clip because I just got a text from Terry and she said there is a surprise at her house for me. It's from her mom and her sister Sherry. And so I can't wait to go see what it is. I might show y'all in a picture in my blog what it is later on, okay? I told you I'd show you my material. Now you remember, thousandsofbolts.com. I buy lots of fabric there. The only thing is, when you're looking at the fabric there, all they have, the biggest thing they have is a little square, like a 1-inch square. And so you're really taking a chance on what color it really is and how big the prints really are. But if you will note what company made it and what its group name is, like for instance, this one's called Maywood Studio and it's called Tomorrow's Promise. So if you went to Thousands of Bolts, there'd be a little bitty 1 inch of this. Well, you can't tell anything from that. But if you will leave there, open another tab in your computer and look up Maywood Studio Tomorrow's Promise, then it will take you to other stores that sell it, or it will take you actually to Maywood Studio, and you can see a great big piece of it. So that's what I do. So now you know, I'm trying to make the blouse, which I don't know where it is right now, but I'm trying these new things with different color on the side and a different one on the bottom and different one up the front. And so I was looking at thousands of bolts for combos. Really, really hard to find anything with a border on it. But I found lots of things that were combos. Same company, same, I don't know if you call it a group, same, whatever you call prints that go together. This is called Tomorrow's Promise. So this is a Tomorrow's Promise, and this is a Tomorrow's Promise. So I knew the colors would go together because they're from the same group. Okay, so that's what I got for this one. It's a big print and a little print. And I was looking for 3s, and I couldn't always find 3s, but I got 2s in this one, and I think it's really pretty. I'm really happy with it. And instead of getting 2 yards each, I just got 1 yard each. So hopefully I won't make 1,000 mistakes like I did with this one. I actually used the full 2 yards of this blue. I screwed it up so many times. Okay, now this next one is called Neptune's Dream, and it's by Benartex. So anything you buy in the grouping called Neptune's Dream should group together, okay? So I took a chance on these 3 from Neptune's Dream. The stickers off of them. Neptune's Dream, Neptune's Dream. These 3. Now how pretty is that? Huh? And you know I live on a lake. Not like I live on the ocean. My mother would love to live on the ocean. My mother was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and grew up by the ocean, and she just loves, loves, loves the ocean. Now, how pretty is that going to be, huh? That's a triple. Neptune's Dream, Benartex. All right, now I just figured out. I paid $4.95 a yard for each of those, but the freight was 10 bucks. I got 12 pieces of fabric, so I figured if I divided the freight by 12 and added it on to $4.95, that I still paid less than $6 a yard for this fabric, which is really cheap considering fabric's $11, $12, $13 a yard these days. Okay? And this is just a single I got because I like this color. And I don't know what I'm going to make out of it, but I thought it was really pretty. And of course I wasn't sure what it was going to look like when I got it, but I like it. What do you think? It's more like toned down for me. And it goes with browns and it goes with black. So I really like this one. I got 2 yards of this one. So that won't be doubles or triples, that's a single. Do I have any more stickers stuck on me? Hard dough when they're falling on the floor. All right, this last one I'm not crazy about. It was supposed to be red, and to me it does not look very red. It's called Red Rooster Classic Elegance. I got 5 of this grouping. Red Rooster Classic Elegance, Red Rooster Classic Elegance. This one I got because it actually does have a border. So I'm thinking maybe I can put it around the bottom, you know, like that one blouse I showed you a picture of the other day. Classic Elegance. This one is not my color at all. It's kind of a mauve, but you know, I can stick it someplace where it's not up around my face. Classic Elegance. Now this is the only one that actually looks red, you guys. And it's called Classic Elegance. So we've got, let me see here. 1, 2, there's a big print, 3, and then because I wasn't sure if any of these would look good, this doesn't look good with that. It does look good with that, I think. Does it look good with that? Yes, it matches that. So it goes with that, and then maybe it goes with this. I don't know, we'll see. Yes, it goes perfect with this. So So it goes perfect with this and perfect with this, and not so much with that one. But we'll see. I have a lot to pick from. And if I end up, I'm positive I'll end up with miles of fabric that I don't use. And I always go through my fabric several times a year and I put it all together. And now I'll probably send it to Diana because she's always making quilts for charity. But I used to always haul it down to Goodwill. So anyway, if I don't use it, I give it away. So I feel like I'm not wasting my money because somebody's going to end up with either a quilt or I'm going to get a blouse. All right, I have to go. I have to go see what's at Terry's house for a surprise for me.